it's one thing to wait, and waiting season is not a very fun, interesting season. Yeah. How can one then maintain staying focused on the goal?
Beautiful. Number one, you have to remain a disciple. Because like you said, you are waiting, you are getting tired. So your disciple will say, rise up. That's the shepherd, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to be tired. You are motivated by your discipler and also the community you belong, by their watch over you. Some of them that have passed through the phase and the period you've passed through, they've gone ahead of you. So by the time you are seeing them, you are motivated.
Yeah.
That's one means of staying focused. Your relationship with God. I love the man Moses so much because he's a man that typifies what it means to be intimate with God. A man that could hold God, a man that understood the vulnerability of God. He practically held God to ransom. How he achieved that was by the reason of the intimate relationship he had with God. Crisscross the scriptures, you will discover that that man truly knew God.
Interesting.
If you go to the book of Exodus chapter 33, you see how he demanded to speak with God face to face. Of course, by God's sovereignty, God permitted that. So we shouldn't put the back end story of God's sovereignty, don't put it aside. So let it not be that a man can just wake up and say he's accosting God. God, you can't summon God. So there's a sovereign aspect of God. So let's put that straight. So Moses was able to understand God in that way, and he fellowshiped with God to that point whereby he could speak to God face to face. He migrated to say, God, if your presence will not go with us, don't take us from here. Meanwhile, God told him in verse 2 of chapter 33, I will send my angels to go with you.
Yeah.
But he said, if your presence is not going with us, don't take us from here. Then from there, he asked for the glory of God. God spoke with every other prophet in dreams and visions. He said, but to Moses, I speak with him face to face. So that's a man that teach me a lot about having intimacy with God. You can only be discouraged if you've not met God. Then you lose focus. The power of focus is meeting with God. And when you are able to meet with God, you will stay focused. Your focus will be unbroken. It will be unbending.
Yeah.
Circumstances notwithstanding, you will know you are not called to compete with anybody. You are only called to complete your own assignment in God. So the rise of anyone won't intimidate you.
Yeah.
The making of anyone won't set you aback. The popularity, the visibility of someone else will shake you off your foundation because you are founded on Christ. The foundation basically is Christ. You can't do anything else out of Christ. You can't be focused in life. Be a captain of industry. Be into the media field. Be into the art and entertainment. Be into the military. Wherever field you find yourself, you actually have to be focused. But if Jesus is not your foundation, you can't be focused. So if you are talking about how to be focused in life, in ministry, in your call, then Jesus has to be your foundation. It has helped me so much. So I can shout it on top of the mountain. Rise to the blues and say it again that it is Jesus and Jesus all the way.